to another episode of Living in the Miracle. And I just love that intro. It just gives so much vibe and it puts you right in the mood that we're supposed to be every Friday. And not only Friday, every day, right? And hello, everybody. It's me, Irina Portnova, and I'm here with my guest, Holly Ushim. Holly, just introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, the music. I love that introduction. It just gives me such a white power energy. Thank you. I'm Hale, and it's pronounced like hallelujah. For easy pronunciation, because everybody asks me, how do you pronounce your name? So there it is. An introduction. I'm a health span coach, not a lifespan. There's a difference between the two. With a health span, you live your life in quality, you age gracefully, so you add years to your life, to your health. But with a lifespan, you're just aging, but you could be popping the medicine, you could be in pain, or you're just not living life joyfully. You know, your diapers or walker, it's not that fun living in that state of being. So that's the difference. And with me, as a lifespan coach, I'm like that friend, that accountability to motivate and inspire you to live the life you want from that. So
oh my God. I love what you shared because it's interesting how the society puts us in the box and defines oh, you are aging. And, they give you the whole list of things you're supposed to have with the age, right?
Right.
And it ingrains so much in people's minds that they actually project in that reality, not even realizing that they exactly what they are creating, right? So I always say, be very selective what you're listening to and what you believe in. And that's why it's so important to bring that awareness. And that's why we do these kind of episodes, just to show a different side of life to everybody who's tuning in. And Halim, when I'm saying about living in the miracle, what comes to your mind?
Oh my God, so many things comes to me because I will always, age 7, I always lived in this universe, like my own bubble. And to me, it was always like life itself is a miracle. Like we're here, we're breathing, and we're on this universe experiencing. So we came here to experience life. And it's a miracle. One of the miracles that I personally found is from doing the stuff that you thought it's not possible, even if your health goes down and then you're back up.
You know what? I think there is an issue with the Wi-Fi, and it's a miracle when everything is working, and that's when we take things for granted.
I love it. Yes. It's so true. It is. Yes.
So hopefully this one is gonna work and we can continue our conversation.
Yeah. You did freeze though. You're frozen. I hear you perfectly, but you're just like a picture frame now. Can you hear me? Okay. I think this is a miracle. We're still here though. We have a beautiful, gorgeous picture as a picture frame right now. So now it's only me. I think we're live. It's only me. So give it a few minutes. I think she's going to hop back. It's a miracle that we are still here. And I don't see her, but I still hear the music. And this is streaming off of just giving it a few minutes. Streaming off of Streamyard. That's what I was saying. I thought she was back, but no. But just dancing away with the music till she returns. Join me. Step away from your screen for 5 minutes to take a refresher. and have a sip of water. I think now I completely lost her because I don't even hear the music. So we're gonna hop back in a bit later. Let me hop back off and yep, I thought I heard her. Okay, bye for now. I'll join back in. You're back. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yay.
And you know what I was just saying, right? When something was, like when you were spinning while my screen was still on, I was saying it's a miracle when everything is working, technology-wise, right? And how we take things for granted.
Right.
Yeah,
And it
so
was like, we manifested it, right? It's like, we
I know, and you
appreciate
know
it
what?
more.
Yes. So let's just go back because I asked you the question, what does it mean for you when I say living in a miracle?
Okay, thank you. So living in America for me, personally, because I had a personal experience with that. So a miracle is being able to doing what you're passionate about. And it is a miracle to be here right now with you and get out of a corporation. And it is a miracle for me because I was so trapped in the system, and I would like there's no way I would think myself to get out. That's how it was for me. For each one was different. So that was actually a miracle that I'm actually out of corporation finally. So that by itself, that's one miracle. And then I've had a health miracle. I had a relationship miracle. So there's a lot of miracles that has happened to me.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Thanks for sharing. And it just like for people to start realizing that we are the miracles ourselves, right? Just because we are waking up, we are breathing, we have our brain, which is miraculous as well, because we can create so many things, right? With our heart, with our brain,
yes,
with everything what we have, right? Just think about it. It's like, like the more you start like really pondering upon, the more you realize that there are miracles every day. And it's just for us to pause and start noticing them. And the more we pay attention, the more we start see them around ourselves, right? And I just love what you were sharing about, stepping out from the corporate world and living your real life, your real purpose and passion. And that's exactly what the miracle is all about, because I can totally relate to you with that, right? Because whatever we are doing right now, it's like our beautiful present miracle, right?
Right.
Because, and I always call it my past life when I refer to that, 3D reality. And it's just like thinking about how much I changed from being right now where I am and where I was when I was still that person that, didn't think there is something better in life, didn't really have any fear, any desire to do something different, because I thought that this is all it is, right? And it's important to get that awareness. Like for me, the awareness is the miracle, because the more you are aware, Aware meaning knowing, right? Knowing that if there
Right.
is a problem, there is a solution, knowing that you are never stuck. It's just you choose to stay stuck, right? Because if you start asking the right question, you're gonna start seeing the answers coming up through the people, through, some maybe messages, or you're reading something in the book and here is your answer, right? But it's all about focusing on it and tapping into that and actually keeping yourself open to receive that information, right? So
Right.
for me, it's also like my past 3 to 4 years, I really experienced the true miracle, because every day I wake up and it's a blessing for me in terms of not only that I'm a breathing representation of my spirit, but the point that I'm actually living on purpose
Yes.
and I'm doing something what I love to do, right? Because I always say that happiness and fulfillment are two different words, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who are happy, but very small percentage of the people who are fulfilled.
Oh,
And
exactly.
that's why we are doing what we are doing, because we want more people to tap into their fulfillment. Like, what exactly is something that ignites them? Something that they wake up in the morning and they just want to meet and greet that day. They just want to wake up and do something because they love what they are doing, not just like having that routine and saying, oh my God, I have so
Like,
many things on my list, right? But rather
right.
like, all right, let me experience something magical. Who am I going to meet today? Who am I going to be as the person today? And how I'm greeting this day. And it's exactly how we are focusing our and directing our energy. And that's exactly what we are experiencing, because we are talking about intentions. And a lot of people don't even understand what this is, right?
Exactly.
We set not to do list but to be list, and we set the intentions. How do we want that day to be for us, who we want to show up in this world, and how we want to grow, right? How we want to contribute,
Right.
being that person of increase. Like I said, sometimes all it takes just to smile to the stranger, and that stranger may be having a bad day or something like really heavy on their heart, but once you smile to them, they completely shift their energy.
Exactly.
So it's just like I said, it's little things that make something grand for each one of us.
Right. Right. Yes.
So Hala, when we talk about miracles, just like take something that you want to share, because I know you listed a lot. Just
Yeah.
talk
Like
about
what?
something that like really speaks to you today.
The one that actually speaks to me today is this book, that you are the universe, because you're saying in miracles, and you are that miracle and the master creator. So this book actually came to me, which was miraculous. My dad, on Mother's Day of May 2020, he crossed over, and this book came to me through the divine source through him. And I started creating this, and I made it like a fun book. Each chapter is like 1 to 2 pages, and then it's like a journal. So
Mm,
talking about manifesting and miracles, because you can literally create it, and you are that miracle, you are that manifesting. So that how this thing came about was a miracle, because I didn't think that I'm gonna put this kind of book out there in the universe. Uh, and it was just a flow. It's like, how did it just happen? How did I even finish the book and put it out there? And when you are connected to that miracle, it just flows also. Like, there's so many miracles that we don't even know that it's out there. And it just like, boom, it happened. The book happened. And so that was one of my actually miracles. Through now I understand even more when they say you get closer to the loved ones that cross over. So,
mm,
and it's like a frequency. You won't experience it as strong until you experience it. You know, you gotta like feel it. Like I knew about it when they say when someone crosses over they're like angels, the source, and all of that. But once I experienced it, it was different. Like, how am I getting these downloads? How are these words just coming out and purpose that I needed to serve my purpose? And one of my passion was to write because at a young age, I read the most difficult version. I'm international. I'm from Iran, Tehran. And I was able to read it because of my dad. And I've always had this writing in me to write. But because I was a foreigner, I thought, oh, I have a lot of grammar problem and I got to financially survive. I will never write a book and it's not going to happen for me. And I'm just going to journal. I journaled like at a young age until now. But I didn't think of it as like, oh, put a book together. I got to financially survive. There's no time. But how this miracle happened, and I got the book after he crossed over because he always wanted me to pursue that and write my book because I always had a passion for it, and I stopped myself to write it. So that miracle came through him to me to make this book a miracle for me, and it's a voice that needs to be heard out there. So that was one of my miracles that's always in my heart and always with me, especially when we come closer to the book launch was August 10th, and it was my dad's birthday. So that's one of my miracles. Yes, the spirit of him. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely, and just it's a miracle to walk, like in and being awakened, right? I always say that majority of people are sleeping. They are not really living because they're just walking as the robots and they, function on the autopilot. And the idea is once you are awakened, it's very difficult for you to see the world from the same, perspective as you used to see it. And a lot of times it causes a lot of misunderstanding. Like your family doesn't understand, your friends think you're crazy, right? And it's all about just stay true to yourself, because when you feel something connected to your heart and you follow that, you know that you are on the right path. And you know what, the other miracle that I always recognize is the internet. Because just think about it, you're in California, I am in New York City, and it's just like that connection, that where people, because the more I started immersed into this work, the more I realized how many of us are there. And obviously they're not coming from the closer. This is coming from the people from all over the world, right? And just thinking about it, like internet actually connects us, and we can all, get together, we can have beautiful discussions, we can have the masterminds, we can do whatever we want. And that's the beauty. So it is a miracle, right? And a lot of times, like I said, people do not even think about it.
No, that is so true. Like those little, as you said too, it's like these little miracles actually, it inspires us and motivates us to create and what we want to create, right? And a lot of people are not like living in that passion, and they're just like robotic, just going on with their day because they got to get things done. But are they really enjoying them? Are they even awakened to see that miracle that it is happening? Like we got our arms, we got our legs, this is a miracle by itself that we're breathing and we're here in this life. Yeah. And I'm going to touch base quickly on that miracle, because in my 20s, when I was into my 20s of physical abuse, and there was moments on that I'm like, oh my God, it's a miracle that I am still here with you guys and I'm still present. Because there are moments I know each one experiences that there's that uncomfortableness or that fear. There's every one of us experience that uncomfortableness. I'll just put it at that. And sometimes we don't know when is our next breath, and it's like a miracle that we're still here. We could be walking down the street and we could be gone the next second. So every breath of life is a miracle. And I appreciate life more than ever because there were several occasions and the traumas I had and the physical abuse marriage. I didn't think I will have a next breath. So I'm blessed. I'm grateful to be here. And thank you.
Oh my God, Toby, thanks so much for joining. And I was thinking about you just today. I was like, where is my Toby? I miss you too. Mwah. It's so great that you're showing up, and I will definitely, pop up on one of your lives, maybe on the weekend, because weekdays are a little bit, hectic, but it's so great that you're coming, and, like to meet and feel your energy is amazing. So send you lots of love and light. And and Toby is also can relate to that, Halle, because she's 7-time survivor. So she knows exactly what it means, like to have that miracle of being, a breathing experience of this beautiful gift called life, right? So it's all about and you are right, like you touched a very, very important point when you were saying that you never know, right? We never know when it's our time. And a lot of people are living and acting like they're going to be living forever. And that's why they always postpone things, right? So when you tell them, like sometimes they even stay in this circumstances and they're not willing to change because they feel like they are not ready. But the point is you will never be ready. You just have to take that step, right? You have to make that decision, because if you do not make that decision, nothing is gonna show up for you.
No,
because, you have to just
get out. But then I did create my king, I call him. So I created that. It's like up to us. But yes, it did take 4 years. And no matter the voices you hear, the people, it's just, you got to be ready yourself. You got to wake up yourself to step out of it, get out of that fear and it's all up to you. That's what I'm saying. You can't go outside of you. That awakening, it just comes to you. That you got to be open to it. And that was quite a miracle. So I will say that's another miracle that I touched base. There's so many around us, and you don't realize it, right?
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, you know what? If you're listening to us right now and you've seen Toby's comments, because she's always so inspiring, right? She's saying gratefully embracing the highest potential of the love fueling us and consciously create our truest heart desires. Just think about it. If you have that nudge, if you feel like, okay, I want something different, right? Either this is in your professional life, maybe it's concerning your health, maybe you want to move somewhere, maybe you are so sick from that job that you are having, or you can't stand that relationship that you are in. The thing is that we would love you to just start thinking about it, because if you get this nudge, it's not a coincidence. That means that your heart is calling something, your soul is calling, right? There is something more to your life, and it is the time for you to experience. There is no better time than now, because this is the only time we have, right? The yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not guaranteed. So the only good thing we have is now. And if you are really hesitant and confused what to do, reach out to us. That's why we are here. That's why we are helping and guiding people, because I understand it could be very lonely to be on your own. And I mentioned already so many times, people probably get already tired of me repeating the same things. I'm like like that broken record, but I can't emphasize enough that you do not have to be alone. We were not designed to be alone, although the society is always telling us that we are good to be independent. No, we are better off together, because together, when we are connected, and this is where the superpower comes. And that's exactly when we can support each other and help each other. And for all of us, me, Hale, Toby, we all have our mentors as well, because that growth never stops. You have to have somebody by your side, because we cannot see our blind spot, and we want somebody to actually show us the path. And like we do also stumble, right? We do fail, but we pick up. We fell forward and we pick up ourselves and we continue going. And that's exactly where your resilience show up.
Right.
And that's exactly how we discover who we are in the process, understanding that nothing can break us. If anything, what we are going through, it makes us stronger, more resilient, and we understand that the quitters are not winners and the winners are not quitters.
Exactly.
And so, yes, and Toby says maybe you have to unpack that emotional weight and lighten the load and jump over.
Yes, I love the comments. Yes, yes.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking the other day, we are not even recognizing, the society doesn't recognize the emotions. It's like it feels like we are just like these robots without the emotions, but the idea is we are all human.
Exactly.
And
God, you just nailed it. The robot without these emotions, because especially now with all of these AIs going, we're getting so disconnected to that heartbeat of our own, that soul, that connection that everyone needs. I mean, go back in years and you realize when there was no phone and stuff, people have more interactions and more connections. And now you sit at a table and they're all like on their phone. Are you guys even communicating? And in fact, it was the Memorial weekend that we went to a restaurant and I just looked around and I'm like, people majority are on their phone instead of talking and connecting to the person that is in front of you. It's like we forget how, because it's become a habit, because we're on it. It's like myself too. If I forget my phone, I would drive back and get my phone. It's like, oh my God, I can't be without my phone. We're just so attached to that the thing, right?
Yes, I totally relate to that. Relate to that. And that's what I encourage people, first thing in the morning, before you grab that phone, just give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to celebrate the fact of, oh my God, I wake up. It's another day that I can create something. It's another day that I can be the best version of myself. And then just express the gratitude, because the more we are grateful for, the more abundance coming our way. And we are actually setting ourselves for the beautiful day rather than just thinking about the things that we have to resolve, right?
Exactly.
Do the gratitude, do maybe, just, quiet stillness, 2 to 3 minutes, just, try to not allow any thoughts coming in, because the more still we become, the better answers we start to receive from within. Right. And it's all about just adding that routine to everything what you do, because the phone is always going to be there. But once we discipline ourselves to start our morning different, because when we change our habits, we are going to change our results. If we are still doing everything the same way, we are still going to be producing the same results, right?
Right.
But everybody, even, including us, we always strive for something better, to have better results, right? And for that, we constantly look in how we can change our habits, what can we improve, what we can release, right? As this way that it's not gonna bother us anymore. And obviously, like we were saying, that it's so important to acknowledge our emotions, because we are all humans and we go through different emotions. And whatever work we are doing, that inner work is the most rigorous work, but this is the work that actually allow us to acknowledge the emotion, release them, go through them, right? If you need to cry, you cry. If you need to scream, scream, right? But not at somebody.
Yeah, you gotta feel those emotions. Yes.
Exactly. You do have to process these emotions. And the beauty of it is, like, you learn how to self-regulate your emotions. Because once you connect to yourself deeply, you realize that nothing can shake you, and nothing can disturb your peace unless you allow that to be disturbed, right? Because you're always in control of yourself.
Right. And that's what I did when I was going through that uh, emotional and physical abuse. I had my notepad and my pen, like, and that was my best friend. And I would express and express and express onto that piece of paper, because that connection with yourself, things flow without you even knowing, and it just comes out. And that's how you're healing, and that's how you gain your strength, and the light shows up and the door opens and you're out of that.
Absolutely.
I would say magic, because it really is like a magical way opens, because you don't know it and it just appears.
Yes. And I love that statement that if you really want to know yourself better, write, right? Because there is nothing more important than journaling, because this is like that specific connection that you start really pulling out the information from yourself. Because like I always say, you know, like when we just talk about something or think about something, we involve certain brain cells. But when we are writing, we are actually connecting to the source, and we start like really pulling the answers from ourselves.
Yes. Oh my God, I love all these comments.
Toby is amazing. She's incredible.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm like, wow. Another thing. Wow, this is so powerful. Oh my God.
It's beautiful. Yeah, Toby says necessary just as the body eliminates so much our energy. Nothing is meant to be stored. Yeah, beautiful. The words of wisdom. I always appreciate Toby comment. It's just like, you know, it's a different vibe, right? And that's why I always encourage people to participate. Don't be shy. Just show up for yourself, right? Because in life we have to show up for ourselves.
Exactly.
And just, push through that, like invisible line that we are drawing for ourselves. Like
and
at one point,
engaging. I love it. I love when it's. See, this is like the community you need, that uplifting, like surrounding yourself with this frequency. It's powerful. And then you keep creating more of this and more of this into your life, and all these other negative frequencies will be pushed away.
Yes. And you know what? I also wanted to add that I remember myself when I would not show up live. And I would be like, okay, put in different excuses because I didn't feel comfortable. And I finally found the way that I can shine on these lives. And it's when I have somebody with me, right? When we have the dialogue, because like a lot of times when I'm by myself, it's like, it feels like I'm losing the content, or I don't know what to talk about.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Yes, I get it. And there's a lot like us too, because we love that connection, that frequency. Yes. It's like, I heard this, there's one person that I've heard it from, it would say, people need people. So
yes,
I do believe in that. Yes.
Yes, that's what Dr. Pat always says.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Dr. Pat.
Yeah, Dr. Pat. If you're gonna be yes, just remember we were talking about you. Yeah, but that's how it is. It's just like building that connections and create that community, right? Of the people that are always rooting for you, always supporting you, no matter where you are in life, right? Because sometimes we could criticize ourselves and we don't feel like, we can do something. But we always have in our corner somebody who believes in us, somebody who's going to say, hey, you know what? No matter what, I know that you're going to overcome whatever you're going through, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be incredible, right?
Right. Exactly. Oh my God, I'm loving this. Yes.
So it's so powerful. It's so beautiful. Toby, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. We all do. And yes, thanks so much, Holly, for coming today, for tuning in, for joining us. And we wish everybody great day, wherever you are in the world. And please comment. Just tell us what is miracle for you. Because like I said, there is no such a thing as right or wrong. We all are unique, and we appreciate everybody's uniqueness. So just come, be bold, come and just show up for yourself.
Yeah.
Because the more
love
you're
you
gonna
too.
show up for yourself, the more you're gonna be, like enjoying the life to the fullest, right? Because I think the best freedom that we all can experience is just to express ourselves without fear of judgment or misunderstanding or like any other opinions. It's just like be yourself, free to be yourself, and that's where the beauty of life lies. So thank you so much, Toby.
Thank
We
you.
love you a lot,
Love
and
you.
thank you for
Thank you.
everybody who is gonna
Thank
tune
you,
in.
Toby. Yeah.
Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and stay in the miracle. Continue living in the miracle, and recognize that everything in this world is the miracle.
Yes.
Bye.